guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video I want to show you 5 big mistakes the beginners astrologers are doing. For those who are brand new here, this channel is all about the Vedic astrology in the tradition of Sri Achyutananda with the research, example and analytical based approach. So I hope you will find it interesting. If you do, please click that thumbs up, and if you'd like to be notified about similar videos in the future, please click that subscribe button with the bell notification on. So let's go straight to the video. So the first thing is about trying to translate the jyotisha paradigm knowledge, so the way how the rishis and authors of astrological texts see the world, trying to very soon translate it to the conventional knowledge. This can be very misguiding. So that is the first one. The second is about the trying to be too detailed. So especially this is for beginners, they're trying to get that very punchy and very contrasty and very detailed predictions just to impress themselves or other people. The third is about the not rectifying the chart. The fourth is about paying too much attention to the lordship itself and ignoring other parts of the chart. And the fifth is about not unifying the seemingly contradictory parts of the chart. So when we talk about the first thing, about trying to translate the jyotisha knowledge into the conventional knowledge, then we have to understand that there is a specific language of the rishis and of the author of this text, and it's good to understand how all this works. For example, the curse can give affliction to so many areas which are seemingly not related, or for example the pisacha yoga can give two very odd results. Like one can be that person loves dancing, the second is that some parts of the body may be cut, one may have a surgery. So the one pisacha yoga is giving these two things which are seemingly totally from the different parts of the areas, and they are not connected by our material understanding of this world. And we are loyal to that vision of the rishis, then we can get much more from the paradigm. So I'm not about not translating it to the client vision or the practical knowledge or how we see the world, but if we do that too early, then we can miss so many information. And I would compare it to, in photography also we have that, if we convert the image too soon, then we may not recover the highlights and the shadows, and it's better to work on this before the conversion to other formats, and then we can recover those knowledge. Similarly, in the jyotish system, if we work on that paradigm of rishis and authors of Vedic texts first, and we try to understand the dynamics in this language, and later on we can translate to what's going on in that conventional terms. The second is to be trying to be too detailed. So we know that we have these vargas, we have those arudas, and also we have so many dashas, and we also want to, we have that ambition to rise the jyotish to very high paradigm. And also I remember my teacher Vis Larsen, he told me to, it's better to be sure about things. They may not be some super exotic, not super detailed story, but at least we are sure about the basics. And when we have that foundation sure, then we can go definitely to the more exotic and more interesting parts which are more detailed. So it's important to first be confident on that basis, which may be not super precise and not super detailed, but we are sure about those fundamentals, and then based on that we can cover the next levels of the detail of analysis. The next point is about not rectifying the chart. So it's very important to have at least navamsha and navamsa rectified, and because that is showing how the world is engaging us in receiving the karma. So if we have the Rasi chart only, it shows how we receive the karma, but how the world is engaged in that, how is the dance between the environment and us. It's very important, and we do that in every consultation in the first 30 minutes. And this basically shows the when, so it can confirm the when, so the timing, but also the most important, it shows the how. So the how of things can only be seen about the varga, and it also gives much more information which are detailed, like for example about the studies environment. So any information related to studies, we need to consult the navamsa chart, the D24. Also, to get a bigger meaning of life, we have to consult the shastyamsa to understand what we did in the past life. To understand our karma, we need that shastyamsa. So it's also very important to have that shastyamsa chart to give that metaphysical meaning. Many people are looking for that big perspective, to that very to that a very central and very root analysis of things, very metaphysical analysis of things. So we can get this meaning by going to the Shastyamsa, and then with that meaning it's much easier to enter various experiences and various circumstances. So then we have the paying too much attention to lordships. So many astrological texts, also I would say more in the Western tradition, I also was guilty of that, is paying too much attention to the lordship. And this basically shows that we are ignoring many levels. In astrology we have the Karaka, Aruda, Varga, Varnada. So they are, for example, when we talk about the relationship, we have the seventh lord, which is showing the how is the experience with the person. We have the Venus, which shows about the blessings of marriage, the external blessings. This is the Venus, the Upapada, which is the project within the society. And then we have the Varga, which is the environment. So if we only depend on the lordship, we only have that one part of the picture. And it's totally okay if we understand that this is only showing that, but if we try to expand that information from the lordship on the whole picture, then it will modify it in a bad way, it will distort the picture, and it will give that wrong information about what's going on. And the last would be not unifying the seemingly contradictory statements. So I would say that in astrology, I always was saying that there is a gluing and leveling. Gluing means that we are from many levels, like a Karaka, Aruda, we are just building a story from connecting many things engaged in the one yoga. And leveling is that when we are trying, for example, when we take a relationship and then we see like seventh lord, Venus, navamsha, upapada, and so on. So this is more area based, and the gluing is more yoga based. So what's exactly happening to the yoga? So we will find many times that if we are connecting all these principles like seventh lord, then they can be contradictory. For example, seventh lord may be very well placed, but Venus is debilitated, combust, in very bad state. Similarly, the navamsha may have a very wrong yogas, and the rasi may be beautiful. There can be Venus exalted with the Jupiter and Moon in the seventh house, whilst the navamsha may have Rahu, Saturn, Mars in the seventh house. So the solution to that problem would be to understand exactly what each part is responsible for, and then we can build that picture. And this is the nice way, because if we understand these levels in the proper way, then it is really responding to that complexity also of our life. So that would be the 5 most important points. I hope this gives you some insights. Please write down below what are your challenges when it comes to analyzing the chart. And if you like the video, please click that thumbs up, and you'd like to be notified about similar videos in the future, please click that subscribe button with the bell notification on. Also, if you would like me to help you in understanding your chart, then please click that link here, and you can also schedule your reading in that page. So all the best.